Are you feeling overwhelmed by the challenges and uncertainties of the modern world? Whether it's the rapid pace of technological change, the political turmoil of our era, or the shifting cultural norms of society, there's no shortage of obstacles to navigate. But what if there was a way to find inner strength and peace, even in the face of such uncertainty? Marcus Aurelius, also known as Marcus Aurelius Antoninus Augustus, was born in Rome in 121 AD to an aristocratic family, and he received a rigorous education in philosophy and literature. As a young man, Marcus Aurelius was deeply influenced by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, whose teachings emphasized the importance of self-control, rationality, and moral integrity. He also studied under other philosophers, including Apollonius and Sextus. Marcus encountered various obstacles during his time as a Roman emperor and as a Stoic philosopher. These difficulties consisted of political upheaval, economic instability, and military confrontations. Nevertheless, he remained dedicated to the principles of Stoicism, which prioritized the development of inner fortitude and resilience in the face of hardship. That was some information on Marcus. Now let's look at the strategies he used to get through the most challenging circumstances. 1. Focus on what you can control. Marcus's belief in focusing on what he could control was rooted in the Stoic philosophy that emphasized the importance of developing inner strength and resilience. According to this philosophy, external circumstances are beyond our control, but we can control our own thoughts and attitudes. By focusing on what we can control, we can cultivate a sense of empowerment and agency, even in the midst of uncertainty. To put this philosophy into practice, Marcus engaged in regular self-reflection and introspection. He examined his own thoughts and attitudes and worked to cultivate positive habits and behaviors. He recognized that his own thoughts and attitudes were within his control, and that by cultivating a positive and resilient mindset, he could better navigate the challenges of his time. One of the key ways that Marcus practiced self-reflection was through his writing. He kept a personal journal, which later became known as the Meditations, in which he recorded his thoughts and reflections on a wide range of topics, from the nature of the universe to the importance of living a virtuous life. Through this process of writing and self-reflection, he was able to gain a deeper understanding of himself and his place in the world. To apply this method in your own life, consider setting aside time each day to write in a journal. Write about your experiences, thoughts, and emotions. Reflect on the events of the day and consider how you responded to them. Ask yourself questions such as, what did I learn today? What did I do well? What could I have done better? In addition to writing in a journal, another effective way to practice self-reflection using writing is to compose letters to yourself. This method involves writing a letter to your present or past self, reflecting on your experiences and emotions. For example, you can write a letter to your present self from a future version of yourself, contemplating your aspirations and how you plan to achieve them. In this letter, you can reflect on the goals you hope to accomplish and the steps you need to take to get there. This exercise can help you gain a sense of clarity and motivation for the future. 2. Accept the nature of uncertainty. Marcus teaches us that much in life falls outside our control. Therefore, he says we must learn to accept life's twists and turns with a calm mind. Letting go of our attachment to particular outcomes is key to inner peace. Marcus believed we are best served not by struggling for pointless control, but by cultivating the wisdom to meet every moment just as it is, with calmness and openness of spirit. Through acceptance and equanimity, the mind finds peace. Marcus compares this to the difference between dancing and wrestling. He wrote in Meditations, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, insofar as it stands ready against accidents and uncertainties rather than risking a fall. Dancing implies grace and avoidance of obstacles. It seeks an easy path. But life is more like wrestling, full of resistance and struggle that cannot always be avoided. The skill lies in meeting these challenges with mental and emotional balance." We must be ready to confront difficulties as they arise, rather than imagining we can glide through life avoiding all stress. In short, Marcus argues that peace of mind depends more on how we frame circumstances than on changing them. By accepting external realities and focusing our efforts on developing inner resilience, we can approach life's uncertainties and hardships with equanimity. Preparing ourselves mentally to wrestle, rather than hoping to dance, helps us roll with life's punches rather than resisting them. To truly grasp this philosophy, envision a specific workplace scenario. You're part of a team working on an important project. You realize you messed up an important step, and now everything is set back. Instead of beating yourself up, remember mistakes happen. Nobody's perfect, not even the so-called experts. Once you accept this mistake doesn't mean you're utterly incompetent. Switch gears to what you can learn. Figure out exactly what went wrong so you don't repeat it. Let your teammates know as soon as possible so your team can get back on track efficiently. Move forward with extra caution to avoid another slip-up. Ask yourself, what can I improve going forward based on what went wrong? Even people at the top of their field are constantly refining their skills by analyzing and fixing mistakes. Every misstep contains lessons that can make you better at your job if you're willing to recognize the lessons and implement the changes. This wisdom does not deny real problems, but it offers a strategy for confronting difficulties in a way that minimizes their power to destabilize us. By accepting what we cannot change and concentrating our will on how we choose to respond. Realizing your imperfections as a person helps you trust again in your ability to do meaningful work and learn from previous errors. It allows you to view challenging times as opportunities, to grow as an individual, sharpen your skills, and advance your career.